Now, I usually come up with like a quippy opening or a way to just bring you into the video and just click you into place. Just like that. Just like Lego. Boop. But this one is a bit different. So it's a novel style game that sort of plays on the mind a little bit. It's where the line between reality and nightmares starts to blur. It's a short novel-based game, but apparently it really pulls on the heartstrings. My heartstrings are ready to be pulled. After being chased by a giant M&M for a lot of hours, I think it's time just we calm down a little bit. We have a bit of a read, we have a bit of fun. Okay, this is Bedrot, and my name is Ash the Unicorn Skull, and that is the new game button, and we are going to click it. This game contains swearing, flies, trash, and bedrotting. Well, that's why we're here, so that's fine. That's absolutely fine. No problem with that. That's fine. Would you like to view the spoiler content warnings? No. Would you like to view the spoiler content warnings? Oh, I see. Wait, so there'll be warnings for spoilers. Is that what you say? Tell you what, we'll turn them on and see what happens. This game also contains themes of depression, isolation, despair, and agoraphobia. You know, I mean, I'm stuck in this fucking square box in the corner of a screen for fucking ever, so I might as well just jump right in with the whole agoraphobia and isolation shit. Reader discretion is advised. Now, dear reader, let's begin. How long has your life been like this? You haven't a clue. But given your situation, you don't care about that. Ooh, I love the art. Oh, the fade. Love it. Rise and shine. Alice Abbott, get out of fucking bed. What time is it? Your time really shouldn't matter to you. Not when you're just going to stay inside all day. Whatever. I'm just going to do what I do best. Sit and watch TV. It's gotten so bad that you can't bring yourself to get out of bed. In order to look around, you find yourself having to click on everything in the room. Oh, I see what you did there. Smart. So I've got to click on everything around the room. You're grateful for this. Grateful that you don't have to go out for food. Otherwise you'd die. I've died a long time ago. Lovely. You're so tired most of the time that you can't even bring yourself to put the trash in here. Oh, that's a lot. Oh. The trash is piled up so much that it almost covers the windows. I would take out the garbage if I didn't have to go outside. Oh man, this is going to be sad as fuck. I mean, I was ready for despair, but your boy wasn't ready for no heartbreak over here. You haven't bothered to clean that up. Took too much hassle when you already live in filth. Jesus Christ. You would have lost your head without this lovely contraption. Want to watch something? Fuck yeah! What are we watching? What are we watching? Stranger Things? The Office? Porn? You switch the TV on. Just like every single day. People always tell you to be consistent. And here you are, consistently staying in bed and watching TV. Oh shit. This is hitting some places. You know what I'm saying? Even though you do this every day, the TV's flickering light still burns your retinas. You switch through the channels, news, sports, questionable stuff, kids shows. You settle for My 30-Day Wedding. Yes, you know that just about everything in that show is staged, but you like it. You like seeing the people be so pretty towards everybody. Petty towards each other, sorry. Seeing them beat the shit. Seeing them beat the shit out of each other is overly silly things like soap reminds you why you're even here. I know that some might think I'm missing out on life, but I'm perfectly fine missing out on people. Even if My 30-Day Wedding is staged, you can't help but feel that there's some level of truth to the pettiness. You remember when you actually attend class, some boy begins trying to prank you. By prank, I don't mean silly things like dialing random numbers. I mean shit like trying to dump... Scare? Where? Huh? Ha. No. Dude be dumping acidic shiznizzle on you. You're telling me some guy's dumping acid on you, and I don't think she means the good kind. You know, I think this burny stuff, it burns you. Stuff that hurty, pain, sadness. And it was all because I didn't want to work with him on a project. Maybe I came across too harshly when rejecting him. Yeah, Alice got some shade. Massive part of you believes that the world is a shitty place, which it is. But the idea that maybe it's your fault is tempting. You sit back and think on it some more. At least if something's your fault, you can fix it. You switch to the news channel, you feel like watching something informative. Good evening, citizens of Bedrot. Oh, I was going to try and do some fucking news anchor shit. What is that? Libretto. Okay. Good evening, citizens of Libretto City. That was shit. Evening? Yes, Alice. It's dark outside. You're not surprised, more disappointed in yourself than anything. You used to wake up at the crack of dawn to get shit done. Now you wake up to the crack of dusk to lay and rot. You bring your attention back to the TV. Thoughts aren't good for you. Today we bring you a grisly case. A murder. Wait a minute! Wait! 1 second. If in the real world, whatever you want to call the real world, if they popped up with news saying, bitch found dead, I would automatically be enthralled in whatever the fuck they were going to say. Another one like this every day. Yes, I know that you see this shit every day, but this one is bad that we have to show. You zone out for a bit while the reporter talks about the crime scene, about how the victim was found under Cardinal River with half her face burnt off and her breast torn. How do you tear a the thought, no. The victim was named Emma Greenwood. No, it's not my name, it's Alice, isn't it? Alice. Is it Alice Greenwood? No? Your ears perk up. You remember that she was one of your classmates back when you went to class. Oh, shit! And she was also the only people to check up on you. You sure that she was a good person? She sure as hell didn't deserve to die in such an horrific way. Why is the world like this? How is it you could do everything right and still have something horrible happen to you? You decide to sleep again. And just like every night, you don't dream. On one hand, if you don't dream, you can't remind yourself that the situation does suck. Plus, you don't have nightmares about how a stranger is going to burst into and strangle you. On the other hand, sleep is getting boring without dreams. Sleep just consists of random thoughts bouncing off each other. It's too much like when you're awake. But for an overthinker, that should be true. Rise and shine! Even though you got well over half a day of sleep, your eyes still glued shut. Not to mention that sunlight makes you want to clamp your eyes. Like that. That's how you clamp your eyes. Alright? I know you were probably wondering, but that is how you clamp your eye. Like that. You don't enjoy sunlight. Same. You don't even go out to feel its warmth. It's just a nuisance to you. Something that stops you from... You can't think of what it stops you from doing. What am I doing? What am I doing with life? Rotting away, that's what. It's in moments like these where you question everything. No. You didn't question it when the trash began to pile up in your room. Nor did you question it when people showed up at your dorm with bills, letters of expulsion, and all that good shit. Now that the sunlight is hitting you, that's when you question it. Part of you wants to go over to the window and cover it with something, but you also don't want to see the dent you left in the bed from how long you've been laid here. It makes everything so real. You hide from the light under the wrinkled covers. You don't sleep under there. You lay awake. The sunlight barely penetrates the thin fabric, but it's still better than your eyes being fried. There's nothing to distract you from your thoughts under the covers. Nothing but the faint buzzing of flies around the garbage. You try to make out a little conversation the flies might be having. 1 second. I've done that shit. Like, a couple times. I've imagined that shit, like 2 cats having a convo, 2 dogs having a convo, because I'm strange. Anything to distract you from your mind. Yes, that's why we do it. After what feels like an eternity, the room is dark again. You prop yourself up again. Just another night of nothing. That's what I expect. Just like every single night since you caged yourself in here. The only difference is that now you're realizing how miserable it is. Oh, I've got to click on shit. Sorry. Looks like the floor has become your trash bin for tissues. Lovely. She's been cracking one out. Pillow. Your lovely food-stained bed. It's more of a home to you than this dorm is. Looking closer into the crevice between the mattress and the wall, there's something weird. What is that? Yeah, what's this? You can't discern what it is. Maybe it's a plant of some kind. You don't know what it would be living off of. Maybe off of the food scraps under your bed. Maybe off of the decaying wood. No use in wondering about it though. No use in wondering about anything now. You lay back down in bed, stomach completely empty. As the days go on, you feel like your head's becoming more empty. You can remember how when you were younger, the lives of you and your sister were filled with joy and whimsy. As much as they can get at Libretto City, at least. You know that your sister's off being productive, working in forensics? Yo, your sister's cool. Hey, you look cool. You're cool too. weak hugs. Heck, she's probably working with Emma Greenwood's case right now. How would she feel if she saw me like this? Everyone in my family thinks I'm off getting a psychology degree. They all think I'm actually doing something with my life when I'm just rotting. That's the best word for it. I used to be something, someone. Now I'm just some husk. You remember when Emma came down to check up on you? She asked if anything had happened. You tried to pinpoint what happened. You're still trying, to be quite frank. At least if something did happen, this state of your life would be justified, right? Maybe it wasn't a single bad thing that happened. Maybe it was a bunch of smaller things piling up. Even though you've spent the better part of the day sleeping, you're too tired to think. You just want to rest. It seems long overdue. When you wake up, the sun is blaring on you and your little plant friend. Why is there so much sunlight out there? Yes, Alice, thank you. Relatable. Fuck that sun. The Bedrot city is usually all dark and gloomy. Why is it so bright now all of the time? Sometimes you like to think it's sunny because you're not out there. Self-aggrandizing. Fuck yeah. Funny. Hell yeah, at least it's funny in your mind. Seeing the sun out reminds me that everyone's out there doing stuff. At least in the night, people are doing what I do, for the most part. Eating, watching TV, sleeping. But I know that's not true when the sun is shining. You lay back down. Again. You truly hate being reminded of what you could be doing instead of laying in bed all day. You know it's your fault that you're like this. You struggle to sleep through the day, lost in thought. I know that some people out there feel exactly the way I do, but it manifests differently for people. Some people just turn into alcohol. Some turn to adrenaline hunting. Some throw themselves into their work and become ever more productive. I think that any of those people are more productive than I am, even the alcoholic and adrenaline junkie. No self-burns, please, Alice. We're sad as it is. Because at least they're putting themselves out into the world. Why do my feelings manifest this way? Night falls yet again. Wait a minute. That plant is getting bigger. It's getting bigger. It's got like a poison ivy thing going on. Just like every single night. Do you know how insanity is defined? You really should, considering that you'll barely survive one semester of university. Bitch. No answer. That sucks. Explains why you stopped attending class. Insanity is when you do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. That's exactly what you're doing. The thing is that I know nothing's going to change. No shit it isn't. I know that every single day is the same. But how different am I compared to the other people then? Alright, good point. The way that you view it with regards to insanity, you're the same as most people. People go to university expecting to outshine their peers, even though they are reusing the same study habits from high school. People go to work every single day doing random things for an apathetic boss, expecting that out of all the employees, they'll become the ones that get rich. It's all the same to you, except for the fact that society doesn't consider what you do to be productive. You do miss blissful ignorance. You hate being able to see the systems for what they are. You hate how much you can't just go along like everybody else, even though it's all the same. The difference is that those people are happy while I'm not. Bitch, just because we look happy doesn't mean we fucking are, okay? Oh, don't be such a Debbie Downer. My question is she talking to this plant that's sort of taken over her mind a little bit? Because she's talking to it, whatever it is. Maybe you should watch some TV to return to your usual state of apathy. I want to see this shit. Okay. This plant looks different than yesterday. It smells different too. What about this one? Looks like the plant has brought a little buddy. Oh god, this is just so depressing. Looks like the TV is off. You don't remember turning it off? I guess that they finally cut the power. That explains why my lamp's off. This day was coming. And now your one source of entertainment is gone. All that can keep me occupied are now my thoughts or sleep. What does it matter if the power's gone? Most of my time is spent sleeping and thinking anyway. White noise rings in your mind, your stomach grumbles with hollowness, and your eyes just don't want to stay open. Regardless if you sleep for 3 or 18 hours, your eyes won't stay clamped shut in eternal slumber. Your eyes give in and darkness is all you see. Your other senses are heightened, but even they feel dull. You know that it smells slightly worse in here than usual. You're used to the stench of mold and rotting wood, but you're beginning to pick up the odor of decaying meat. Excusez-moi. The flies are gonna love it. Whoa. Hold up, ho. You awake from another dreamless night. That's good. Nothing to remind you of what you could be missing out on. And it's night. You either slept for only a few hours or an entire day. I'm probably going to fall right back to sleep any minute. You're starting to wish that you'd stay asleep forever. Mate, look, 1, 2, 3, 4. This plant looks different than yesterday. It smells different too. You think that it might be the source of the decaying odor. Wouldn't make much sense though. How could a plant be growing and decaying? I mean, I bet there's some scientists that could tell you that. Some botanists that could tell you that. You wonder what the plant is feeding off to grow so quickly. Sorry. Another one? It's close to blocking off the only exit. It's not like it matters. I was never going to leave in the first place. Quite the thought of despair there. But it's true. There's nothing out there for you. You're sure that no one in your family cares. You're sure that even if you finally did go out, you'd be miserable. Hell, the one person you remember that is kind wound up dead. What does that mean? Does it mean that you have to resort to assholery if you want to live? The worst part of it all is that even after thinking about it, you don't know the root of your issues. Maybe it was a bunch of small things snowballing into something massive, but you can't even figure out the smaller things. You fall back to sleep. For a long time. And again, it's dreamless. I have a thought. Not yet. You've come to realize that maybe you don't dream because your mind itself is a prison. Oh, daylight. Don't need that. Smells like blood and guts are spread around the room. Yo! Get off! Get off me! You've been here for so long. Why does it bother leaving? It's too late for you now. The scent of rot overpowers you. The exit's blocked. You're too late. The vines rot, guts. The substance stays wrapped around you. You don't try to fight it. You want to scream, but you're too tired. The tentacles poke through you, stitching you straight to the bed. You never intended to leave this place. Not for a long time, at least. But now you're truly chained to the bed. Nice. You expect to regret it all, but you don't. You had no dreams to live for. So your nightmare becomes your reality. End. Bedrot. Well. Very good. This is by someone called Liminace. Very, very good. It hit a lot of places in here, you know, heart-wise. You know, I know we joke about being ginger and all that, not having a soul, but like soul-wise, you know, the brain and all that shit, the mind, it really, really sort of messes with me. And we've all been there. We've been to that sort of point where you just let everything else win. You know, you're tired of fighting the thoughts and you're tired of fighting against yourself. I don't know about you, but my worst enemy is me. You know, there are some times where I do look in the mirror and think it's a completely different person, because to me, a lot of the time it is. You know, there are a lot of things that I don't talk about on here that are wrong with me, and you know, my mind and all that kind of stuff that really sort of take over a lot of the time on a day-to-day basis. So that was really, really relatable. I really, really liked it. So, Liminace. Potential, as we like to say. I'm gonna end this depressing shit. But yes, that was fun. I love the art as well. It was very, very cute, but it was simple art, but for one of their first games, or their first game, it was very good. It was very good. I really enjoyed it. So, my name's Ash, the Unicorn Skull. This was Bedrot.